In this painting, what future for our art? Congolese artist Chéri Samba recharts art history, adopting Picasso as Picasso once used African art, as an icon of something exotic and latently threatening. Samba depicts himself and Pablo Picasso seated at separate tables. The white text written above the scene questions the future of our art in the world, where artists are oppressed and also where, in order to gain international recognition, African artists first have to be accepted in the West. The statement closes with the question, isn't the Museum of Modern Art racist? It's a punch in the face to the very people who might be the first in line to acquire this work. In the African Library, Yinka Shonibare challenges the Enlightenment notion of African being a place without history, without innovation. And he does so head on, whilst alluding to those great libraries of Timbuktu, wrapping us in intellectual tradition. And here, in Hassan Musa's Great American Nude, Osama bin Laden reclines coquettishly on an American flag, a flag whose states are made up by Harley Davidsons, his body borrowed from Boucher's painting of Louis XIV's mistress, Madame Pompadour. It's uncompromising in its perspective of American foreign policy, and just another reminder of the depth and scope of rage, of the chasm in interpretation of events, but also a reminder of what it can be like when, as Picasso, you use the iconography of other cultures to serve your own purposes. That was the conceptual deceit shared by Chris Ofili in his Madonna. The artist does the absolute unthinkable to another icon that is traditionally cherished in the West. And again, in the very way that African art is so denigrated through inappropriate contextualization. As Picasso once sexualized, fetishized African art, here Chris Ofili turns a Christian symbol of purity into an icon of sleaze. And then there's Ella Natsui. Cloth is so important in Africa, beyond its obvious utility. There's no other material that has such an intimate relationship with West African families. It becomes the enduring material link between people and the most important moments in their ancestors' lives. Here, Ella Natsui uses cloth as a metaphor for history, reanimating that sense of its importance, but doing so in a sculpture made from bottle tops, reminding us that history is like spirit, that it's something which links us all. For each of these artists, the implicit focus of attention are the legacies of colonialism, how Africans are seen and see themselves. They want to push back, to develop a new kind of narrative, to impact you, to touch you, to affect you. And perhaps because these powerful areas of focus, it's an art that is created to move, and it's an art which has done so. This is, in my mind, the art which has captured at the moment the imaginations of so many people who are interested in contemporary practice. Because African art is special. It's not just evidence in the skill of its artists, in its historical span, and in the uniqueness of its cultural heritage. There is something particularly special in the quality of the cultural transmission that occurs through trauma.